I never used to believe hospitals could feel wrong at night. I always thought that was just something people said in horror stories online. But after what happened during my first month working the night shift at Aldridge Medical Center, I don't think I'll ever feel the same way again. It started pretty normal. I was hired as a temporary overnight assistant, mostly just monitoring computer systems, checking equipment logs, and making sure certain restricted areas stayed locked. Nothing physical, nothing complicated. The hospital itself wasn't small, but at night it might as well have been a different building entirely. Most of the floors were shut down after 9 p.m., except for the ER and a few active rooms. The rest of the hospital went completely silent. That was my first strange feeling. How fast everything goes quiet. My supervisor that night, a guy named Harris, gave me a quick tour and then said something I still remember clearly. Don't go into Wing C alone. And if you hear anything down there, you didn't. He said it half joking, like he was trying to make the night sound less boring. I laughed it off at the time. I shouldn't have. Around 1:40 a.m., Harris went upstairs to handle some paperwork, leaving me alone at the monitoring desk near the basement corridor entrance. The lights in that hallway were always dim, even during the day. At night, it felt like they barely worked at all. I was scrolling on my phone when I first heard it. A faint, metallic clink, like something hitting a railing far down the hall. I paused. Hospitals make noises all the time, I told myself. Pipes, ice machines, old buildings settling. I went back to my phone. Then it came again. Clink, clink, clink. This time, closer. I slowly lowered my phone and stared down the hallway. Nothing, just the long stretch of flickering light leading toward the basement stairs. I remember thinking I should radio Harris, but I didn't want to sound paranoid on my first week. Another sound came, but not metal this time. Footsteps. Slow, dragging slightly. Coming from the basement stairs. I stood up without realizing it. "Hello?" I called out, my voice sounding way weaker than I expected. No answer. The footsteps stopped. And that's when I heard something that made my stomach drop. A voice. Very faint, not speaking clearly. More like someone trying to talk with their mouth covered. It was coming from the stairwell. I should have left the desk immediately. Instead, I walked closer. I still don't know why. I reached the basement door and looked through the small glass window. At first, I saw nothing but darkness, then movement. A shadow shifted just at the edge of the stairs, like someone was standing just out of view. And then, very clearly, something tapped the inside of the door. Once, twice, 3 times. I stepped back immediately. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I grabbed my radio and called Harris. No response. I tried again. Still nothing. Then my phone buzzed. A message from Harris. I remember the exact words. "Stay where you are. Don't go near Wing C. I'm coming down." I felt relieved for maybe 2 seconds until I realized something didn't make sense. Harris was already downstairs. Wing C was downstairs. And I was standing right next to the only entrance. So why was I hearing footsteps again? Above me this time. Slow, heavy, walking across the hallway ceiling directly over my head. I froze. Because that hallway above me, it was supposed to be completely closed off at night. No patients, no staff, no reason for anyone to be there. The footsteps stopped right above me, and then something happened that I can't explain properly. A loud, scraping sound, like something being dragged across the floor, started moving toward the stairwell above, then suddenly stopped. Complete silence. I backed away from the basement door, my hands shaking now, and I tried Harris again. No answer. Then another message came, but this time, it wasn't from Harris. It was from an unknown number. "Why are you down there?" I just stared at it. Before I could react, I heard the basement door behind the glass slowly start to unlock. Click, click, click. Someone was opening it from the inside. I stepped back immediately, my breathing getting louder and faster. The handle turned, slowly, and the door cracked open just a few inches. A dark gap. No face, just blackness. Then a voice came from inside, low, calm, almost confused. "You weren't supposed to come down here." I don't remember deciding to run, I just did. I sprinted down the hallway toward the main exit, my footsteps echoing behind me, and I swear I heard another set of footsteps matching mine, slightly slower just behind me the entire time. I didn't look back, not once. I burst into the main lobby and saw the security guard at the front desk finally stand up. I was trying to speak, but I couldn't even form words properly. And then I noticed something that made everything worse. He wasn't surprised. He just looked at me and said, "You went near Wing C, didn't you?" Before I could answer, his radio crackled. A voice came through, calm, controlled. "We have movement in the basement again." I looked at him. He didn't move. He just sighed like this was something he had dealt with before. And then he said something I'll never forget. "Listen carefully. You're not the first night shift to hear things down there, but you are the first one to come back up. I don't work there anymore, but sometimes at night I still hear that same metallic, clinking sound in my head. Like something slowly moving closer through empty hallways that shouldn't have anything in them at all. And the worst part is, I don't think it ever stopped.